Hello, everyone. This is Clara Garcia from the Magic Beans team. And today I am happy to be with Rita Prazeres Gonçalves from Portugal. Hello, Rita. How are you?
Hi, Clarita. How are you?
As many of you already know, Rita acted as the moderator of our previous Reclaim the Future edition back in October. So today, Rita has accepted to talk to us a little bit about, her overall experience with the course. And before we start jumping into a few questions, I would like for you, Rita, to introduce yourself, for if there is anybody out there that doesn't know you already, okay?
I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't know. So I am Portuguese. I studied linguistics. I started working in the language industry as a researcher in terminology. Then I ended up working as a freelance language consultant in the US for companies like Apple and Google. And then I started working in LSPs and acted as project manager, vendor manager, terminologist. And these days I'm independent again. And basically, I am one of the consultants with Magic Beans for talent management. So that's one of the things that I do. I also focus a lot on, obviously, on terminology, on localization. I'm part of the Portuguese chapter of Women in Localization. And that's my life. I am always between, like I say, talent and terminology. So that's where I
Wonderful,
am located.
wonderful. Yeah, and we love having you here at Magic Beans Agency, and everybody should stay tuned because there are things cooking regarding talent management. So we'll keep you posted, no worries. So, back to our course, Reclaim the Future AI Skills for Language Service Success. So, Rita, you acted as a moderator back on our first edition. So, you helped manage the participants' questions and their comments. So, what struck you the most about how the audience engaged with the content of the course?
Yeah, that was an amazing experience. Obviously, I always try to be present everywhere. In any initiative of Magic Beans, that's why I become a moderator or a co-host or something like that, right? But the truth is that I learn a lot, right, with everything that happens. So everybody seemed very engaged, and we had people at very different stages. So that was very fascinating to me that I get to see the overview of, all of these people who are present and have different expectations, different ways in which they are experiencing this whole extravaganza of AI in our lives. So that was really surprising to see that across the board you have all sorts of different levels of experience and visions of what AI is actually doing to the language business. So that was very
For
interesting.
sure, for sure. So, in your opinion, what was the experience of the participants in the course? Like, what did you notice all throughout the 10 weeks?
So that they were very, very interesting. So it seemed, right? Because we not only had what was happening live, but then we also had more questions being answered, people asking more specific things, and kind of taking advantage of Laura's and Robert's expertise.
Of course.
So people were engaging a lot in the sessions, but they were continuing to engage with the content during the week while they were waiting for the next session. So I would say that everybody was very engaged, very positive, and eager to learn as much
Learn,
as possible so that they could actually start doing some implementations already.
of
So we could
course.
tell that some of the participants were actually following a lot of the exercises because there's always homework, at least
Of
in our first
course.
edition. And some of the participants definitely showed that they were already implementing a bunch of the things that they were learning each week. So that was fascinating.
Exactly. Which is, the best way of following a course or any kind of learning journey, right? Implementing
Mhm.
as you learn, as it is fresh, and trying, testing, especially with technology, as Laura mentioned all throughout the course, we need to test. There are so many options out there, and, the best way to determine which one would be the best tool or technology for me or my company
Mhm.
is to
And
go
then you
ahead
have
and
your own
test.
toolbox that you develop throughout the course in order for you to do
Correct.
your own testing that is customized to your specific needs. That's really the
Correct.
most important thing. You learn how to think about the technology, not only understanding how it works, but you learn how to think about how you could use it. I guess that's
Exactly. And incorporating it to you, because, AI translation, we're always discussing human machine, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, they are both complementing, right? So it's our job, as workers of the industry to really understand, incorporate, and then, be ready to talk with our clients and offer them these new evolved services and offer the
like we
best
had to learn
quality
with
we
all the
can.
other tools that we had to deal with before. Here
Correct.
comes another one.
The same, the same. So did you find that this was a surprise? Or like, I mean, before you started the course, did you imagine that the audience was gonna be like this, or did you have different expectations, versus the reality?
I guess because there were so many people involved. I mean, we had sessions with 300 or 400 people present all at the same time. So that was insane. Then in the beginning, it's true that people were a little bit more quiet, but then you could tell that they became more and more eager to share and to ask and to somehow participate right there in the live sessions. So it was a bit surprising just because there were so many people, and you know how it is, you feel a little bit more restrained maybe if the audience is huge, but I guess there was a point where everybody forgot
Yes.
that there were many or not, and people
Yeah.
just took it from there, and it was a very natural interaction, and it was very nice.
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody felt very comfortable, It was dynamic. It was, this sense of community at the end of the day, even though there were lots of people, people from over 60 companies joined us. So it was wonderful. So,
Mhm.
would you agree that upskilling and learning is something, a must for language service providers or language service companies during this new year?
For sure, but I guess my experience is that this is always what we do. So now we might feel that it's a little bit more accelerated, right? Or that there are more people who are aware of the possibilities of the new tools and therefore are trying to implement them in their own companies, and that will have consequences in the way that they will deal with their language service providers, obviously. So I guess it's more a fact that everybody else outside the industry was also more aware of the technology that has such an influence on what we do. As before, it was like our own tools of the trade. And now
Yes,
we are getting closer to using tools that are used by the mainstream. So I guess that's
exactly,
the huge
exactly.
difference. And this is why it
Huh.
feels more urgent. It feels
Yeah,
like it needs to be done immediately
exactly.
because it seems like everybody else is also getting into this train, and therefore
Correct.
we need to move just a little bit faster. So it's more important than ever, obviously, because of this, to cater to clients who are a lot more informed than before.
Exactly.
And I guess that's what makes a difference in the level of technology that you have implemented so far as a language service provider.
Exactly.
Now that the vast majority of your clients will also be informed of the technologies,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
probably have to step up your game and make sure that you are always up there to make sure you can have those conversations, you know, uh, at a high level. So I guess that's the
Exactly.
big difference from what it used to be to what it
And
is
what is
now. So
now?
there's nothing more relevant than learning
Learning.
and upgrading right now.
Yes, 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 yes. Because we have to keep being the experts, right? Because now with people having access to all of these, how many people think, oh, okay, now I have asked ChatGPT, and now I am an expert and I have the tool which is available and I will use it. But at the end of the day, only an expert
For sure.
really
It's
knows
the
about
newest,
quality.
exactly. It's the
Hmm.
newest problem, I say,
Yeah.
for language service providers is to deal with answering those new questions that they never had before, because of course now all of their tools and workflows are questions.
Exactly.
And so it's
Exactly.
brand new. So
Oof.
you really have to know a lot more, even to debate the
Correct,
vocabulary,
correct. To be
the
able to
ins and outs.
defend your position, and give good arguments. So, as we have mentioned, this course is focused or designed for LSPs or language service providers. So, do you think that we should do a version of Reclaim for freelance translators and language workers?
Well, I'd say we're all in the same realm
Cool.
at the moment. And I'd say so.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
same type of things that ones need to know, the others also need to know.
Exactly, exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah, no
Maybe from a
worries.
different perspective,
Correct.
but definitely the same, and the same level of knowledge. Definitely different perspectives,
Different
but the
perspective.
same
Yeah.
knowledge. So I guess it would be essential for sure.
And you know that that is what makes Magic Beans Agency such a sharp agency, because we are always eager to change perspectives, you know, and to do things and offer services or learning experiences to a vast majority, you know. So we are here to
I'd
help.
say it's because all of us at Magic Beans have been in multiple sides of the industry. All of us
Correct.
have worked for companies. All of us have worked as independent workers. All of us have worked for clients. So this, I guess, gives us a unique vision of the all around,
Correct.
that you
Correct.
need to know about the industry and everything that happens around it. Because we know that there are different needs, but the needs all converge at that same point.
Correct. Oh,
So I hope
lovely.
we will do
Yeah,
it.
we will. So, Rita, just to finalize this, what would you say to everybody out there who's watching us, you know, and they are interested in joining, but they haven't decided yet? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I mean it. Well, I'm the last person who should talk about it, obviously, because I only see advantages. But definitely, the sense of community and the fact that we are all there for each other, right? It's like we're all learning, we're all teaching, we're all sharing, and all of that, which is obviously also something that is common for all Magic Beans initiatives. So I'd say that is the main thing. The fact that all of us have been everywhere in the industry, and all we do is to be interested in this, right? All of our lives are dedicating to not only language services as an activity, but the whole phenomenon. For us, this is something that we talk about day in, day out, and
Correct.
it's our main focus, our main interest. So this is why I'd say that we have a unique approach, because all team members are very invested and engaged now, for some of us close to 30 years, with this particular industry. It's not like we
Correct.
came from here, we came from there, we all came from right here. We've always been here, and the plan is to always stay where
Hey.
we are. So
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Rita, for such a
of course.
wonderful, wonderful interview. You know, everything that you have said has been very insightful. So, thank you, everybody. And if you are watching out there, and if you are not convinced by what Rita had said, you know, reach out. We are happy to jump into a call to talk more about the course and see, you know, the way to help you guys be a part of the second edition now in February. So until next time, thank you so much, and thank you, Rita. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.